Do you only ever take group photos and admire the scenery when you visit the Leshan Giant Buddha? This towering statue that has stood for over 1,200 years holds countless historically verified truths and age-old mysterious legends, which most tourists completely miss throughout their visit. Today, let's uncover the little-known secrets of the Leshan Giant Buddha. The millennium-old story at the end will truly touch your heart. First, here is a most eye-opening and well-documented lesser-known fact. Many people assume the Leshan Giant Buddha was built merely for prayers and blessings. In truth, from the very beginning, it was a genuine water conservancy project that has lasted for 1,000 years. In ancient times, the Min River, Qingyi River and Dadu River converged right here. The currents were swift and the waters littered with hidden reefs. During flood seasons, raging waves would surge endlessly. 9 out of 10 passing ships would capsize. People living on both banks suffered severely from floods year after year, with countless casualties. Witnessing the people's hardships, the eminent Tang dynasty monk Hai Tong resolved to carve a Buddha statue into the mountain. His original intention was never for incense worship, but to suppress the raging waters with the Buddha's presence and protect local people from floods. The wisdom of ancient people is truly beyond imagination. A fully automatic millennium-old drainage system is hidden all over the Buddha's body, and it still functions perfectly to this day. Take a closer look at the Buddha's hair buns, ears, chest and robe folds. Hidden drainage ditches and holes run through them all. Rainwater falling on the statue flows down along these grooves and drains away quickly, preventing water from eroding the Buddha. This is the core reason why the Leshan Giant Buddha has remained intact and standing firm after more than 1,200 years of wind, rain, earthquakes and floods. The craftsmanship and dedication of ancient artisans are truly remarkable. The second well-kept truth solves the age-old legend of hidden treasures inside the Buddha. For thousands of years, folk tales have circulated that priceless treasures are concealed within the Leshan Giant Buddha. Rumors range from the Great Cloud Sutra dating back to the reign of Empress Wu Zetian and precious ritual artifacts inlaid with 7 kinds of jewels, to imperial bestowed relics hidden by monks in the southern Song dynasty, as well as the tale of vast sunken treasures from Zhang Xinzhong's thousands of ships. The legends grew increasingly exaggerated over time. This millennium-old mystery was finally solved during cultural relic restoration work in 1962. Workers discovered a sealed inner chamber behind blue stone slabs on the Buddha's chest. The chamber is 3.3 meters high, 1 meter wide and 2 meters deep, a standard structure for ancient Buddha statues. However, there were no gold, silver, or jewels inside. Only broken steels left from successive restorations, fragments of scriptures and remnants of ritual implements were found. Meanwhile, experts uncovered a small man-made secret chamber behind the Buddha's right ear. It was a temporary passage for ancient craftsmen during the carving and maintenance work, rather than a treasure vault as people had imagined. The story of hidden treasures inside the Buddha is nothing more than a beautiful legend passed down by later generations. Yet the most stirring and authentic ancient legend is the story of Monk Hai Tong gouging out his eyes to protect the Buddha project, a tale clearly recorded in historical documents. To fund the construction of the giant Buddha, Monk Hai Tong traveled far and wide and endured ascetic hardships to raise donations for 20 years. He collected every single coin purely to calm the floods and safeguard the people. But when the project was about to kick off, corrupt local officials coveted the large sum of donations and came to extort money, attempting to seize the funds raised for the Buddha. Faced with coercion and temptation, Monk Hai Tong would rather die than give in. He spoke 8 timeless words: "I may gouge out my eyes, but the funds for the Buddha shall never be taken away." He meant that he could sacrifice his own eyes, yet not a single coin of the donations gathered by the people for flood control and the Buddha statue would fall into the hands of corrupt officials. The officials thought he was just bluffing and mocked him in public. Without hesitation, Monk Hai Tong plucked out his own eyes, placed them on a copper plate, and calmly held it out to the officials. At that sight, the arrogant officials were terrified out of their wits and fled in panic. From then on, no one dared to obstruct the construction of the giant Buddha. Regrettably, Monk Hai Tong passed away before he could witness the completion of the statue. Later craftsmen and officials took over the project one generation after another. It took nearly 100 years in total for this magnificent giant Buddha to stand tall beside the 3 rivers. Most visitors only marvel at the Buddha's grandeur when they come here. Few know that this statue carved out of a towering mountain is never just a miracle of divinity. It embodies the compassion and noble integrity of ancient people. It is far more than a Buddha statue. It is a dam that has guarded the land for 1,000 years, a sincere heart of self-sacrifice for the people, and the perseverance of our ancestors fighting against natural disasters and protecting ordinary lives. For centuries, the river tides have ebbed and flowed, and the river water keeps surging forward. The giant Buddha overlooks the mortal world in silence, quietly blessing all people with peace year after year. Next time you come to Leshan, do not just take photos and rush through your visit. Stand quietly before the Buddha and learn its story. Only then can you truly understand the meaning behind this great statue.